Hey guys, Mr. Bowman back. We're back for the second video on the penguin colony practice task. Just to recap, the previous video we looked at the problem section and we've done all that. This section we're now going to be looking at the plan section. So first step, I'm going to write down my heading and then I'm going to scroll down to the marking schedule to see what I need to talk about. So I need to just select and describe a variable to investigate that links to the purpose. Okay, and I need to state my correct units, and I need clear evidence of research linking the context to the task. Okay, so I'm going to need a variable. I'm going to need to describe my variable. I need to state its units, and I need to link it to the purpose, and I need to link it to research. So describe variable. So just writing down the things I need. Describe my variable. I need my units of variable. I need, what was the other one? I need a link to purpose, and I need a link to research. So this is what I do for every section. I basically write down what do I need to discuss to do that. So here we do need to look at the data now because there may be multiple things for us to pick. So if you are on NZ Grapher, this is what it looks like, and our data, we can find it in the Dropbox. So TS penguin data, and we can see here there's not really a lot of variables for us to pick from, so we will need to pick time, obviously, and we will need to pick the number of penguins in that colony. So in terms of the variable that we need to describe, well, we're picking the number of penguins in our case, and that's specific to the number of penguins in that colony. So in this investigation, I will be picking, or I will be analyzing the number of penguins in the penguin colony studied by the University of Auckland researchers. So I've described what the variable is. It's obviously the number of penguins. It's hard to describe what that is because it's just physically the number of penguins that are there. You just count them out. So the penguin is the unit itself. So the units of the variable, the number of penguins in the colony will be a count. So what a count means, it just means you've counted them all out. So that's just recapping that uncertainty. So the number of penguins is also the unit. Number of penguins in the colony. Okay, so we've done that. So the number of penguins in the colony will be a count of the number of penguins in the colony. So it's a bit circular. So we need to link it to the purpose. Actually, before we link it to the purpose, I just realized something. We could go back to the context, or we absolutely should. Just a bit more details about where this data is coming from. So the unit is there. We also need to chat about the time. So if you go back to NZ Grapher, we can see it's in months, so M1 all the way up to M12. So these penguins were counted on a monthly basis between January 2000 and December 2006. So mention the time part there. They were counted on a monthly basis between that by University of Auckland researchers. So adding in that context again, which is what is really important for the merit side of the answer that we're trying to develop. Okay, the next step, we now need to link it to the purpose. How will this choice of variable assist us with the purpose? So by analyzing the number of penguins in the penguin colony, we will be able to determine whether the population of penguins within our colony, I'm going to put that in brackets because it's not all, has increased, decreased, or not changed between 2000 and 2006. So I've linked, kind of just linking it to the idea that it might change, and then with this information, the New Zealand government and other world organizations will be able to develop plans and policies to intervene if necessary. And I should clarify, intervene in what way? Intervene for the protection of the 7 Antarctic penguin species. So again, so that last bit, 7 in particular, I've linked that back to that research I did in the first section. So I think that's a clear link to the purpose. If the numbers are going up, down, or not changing, that will then inform what the New Zealand government and the other world organizations do to protect, if they need to, those penguins. Okay, and the next step, link to research. What I'm going to be doing is the impact of climate change on penguin numbers. So something really generic. I know climate change is going to be relevant. I need to do some research, and there we go. And so I thought National Geographic, the very first link that came up, Antarctica could lose most of its penguins due to climate change. That seems pretty relevant. So let's click onto that. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to say, so based on my research in the problem section, I am anticipating a decline in the number of penguins. Oh, spelled number wrong. In the colony. This would suggest that there is a need for the New Zealand government and other world organizations to develop protection plans and policies. These views are confirmed by National Geographic, who said, and I'm going to quote the heading of this one, Antarctica could lose most penguins to climate change. So very relevant for our topic. And then let's have a quick read to see if there's anything else. So they've survived in Antarctica for 45,000 years, adapting, blah, blah, blah. We can view more scientists. Again, that 80% drop. Then we'll use that number from their observations at Palmer Station in Antarctica. Declines of penguin numbers were approximately 80%. So another huge decline. And I'll write down the source. Retrieved on 25th of May 2020 from, and let's get the link. There we are. So that was a quick summary of the plan section. So it wasn't too much extra needed for the plan section. We needed to describe the variable. We needed to state the units of the variable, including the fact that it was monthly. We needed to link our variable choice back to our purpose. And then we did need to get into some additional research as well. So hopefully you found this plan section useful. Keep an eye on for the next video, which will be the data section, and we'll be looking at NZ Grapher to do that.